The allegation is that A1 mother committed the death of her own infant child aged 1.5 years. So the alleged incident happened as early as in 2020, February 17. That's the prosecution case. Today, the court convicted and sentenced the accused for life under Section 302 IP. And yesterday, prosecution argued that she is entitled for death sentence. But I argued that there is every chance for reformation, and she was never involved in any other crime. Even now, she is leading a normal life. So if death sentence award is against the principle of reformative theory of punishment. So that is accepted by the court, and only imprisonment of life is awarded by the court.
Sir, she was falsely framed. Investigation.
There are many findings against the prosecution in the judgment itself. Of course, detailed judgment I have not received. Even according to the court, the prosecution made so many mistakes in the investigation, etc. And that's our specific case. Actually, it's a falsely foisted case against the innocent accused.
How do you see today's judgment? Is it fair or not?
No, as far as avoiding death sentence, that I appreciate. Of course, when I have to challenge the judgment of a court of law, I cannot challenge the same court. I have to approach the appellate court. Hereafter, I will approach the High Court of Kerala against the judgment of conviction as well as sentence once I get the copy of the judgment.
Sir, recently A2 was acquitted. How do you see that?
No, in fact, that helped the A1, I would say. See, because the prosecution case is that under the instigation, under the compulsion, under the coercion exerted by A2, A1 committed the offence. Even the prosecution case is like that. She is a mother, desperate mother. Only under the exertion of coercion by A2, she committed the offence. Now A2 is acquitted, which means that allegation is not correct. Then the prosecution does not prove has not proved the motive. So that will help the mother also. See, the child died doesn't mean that always it's intentionally done by the mother. So there should be some compelling circumstance. As per law, there should be motive. That motive must be proved by the prosecution. That the reason for committing the offence. That could not be proved.
So there is material evidence pointing towards the mother, like the milk found inside the infant's body.
No, that is a prosecution case, and the finding that we are not accepting. According to us, according to the defense, it's a manipulated case. So evidence can be manipulated. So there are one allegation that she was wearing a dress containing seawater. See, my submission is that she was undergoing police custody at that time on the alleged day of incident. So there is every chance that this dress material can be manipulated by the prosecution. That cannot be ruled out. Yet another evidence is of the chapel of the A1 found from the alleged place of death of the infant child. But that also can be manipulated. So on the very day when the child was found, there was no chapel. On the very next day, there was no chapel. Only when the accused is brought by the police to the place, chapel is found. That is doubtful. Probably the one chapel might have been produced by someone or by the prosecution and kept there just to make it as a recovery under 427 of Evidence Act.